Welcome to the next installment in the PDM 2.8 video library. This video will focus on creating evaluations of contractors. The first step in assigning an evaluation task to another member of your team is to make sure that you have the right security privileges. You can validate this by selecting the My Accounts tab, then selecting the Advanced tab, and checking to make sure that you have the Project Eval Admin role as part of your profile. If you do not, you either need to contact your system administrator, or if you do have administrator privileges, then you can select Add, select from the System roles, select the Project Eval Admin, and add it into your assigned roles. Once you've been given this permission, now you can assign an evaluation task to a member of your team for one of the contractors that your company is working with. To do this, we'll select the Contacts tab and find the contractor we want to evaluate. In this case, we'd like to evaluate Stan the subcontractor. Select the S tab, find Stan, right mouse click, and create a new project evaluation request. I can validate the organization I'd like to perform the evaluation against. I can then select the project that I want to evaluate by searching on all my available projects, selecting the project I'm interested in, clicking OK. I then can also specify who I want as part of my team to perform the evaluation. We'll search again. In this case, we're going to select Grace Campbell. And finally, I can identify the milestone I want to be reviewed. In this case, my only option is end of project, but evaluations can be set up to also do evaluations at different percent completes, 25, 50, 75. After I've selected OK, the evaluation has now been queued up. To perform an evaluation, I'll now log in as Grace. So we'll log out of PDM, log back into the system, but this time, instead of logging in as Gary, I will log in as Grace Campbell. As Grace, I can now select the Notifications tab and then select a new tab called Evaluations. Here I can see a list of all the evaluations that are in Grace's inbox. I can sub-search by the different types of evaluation types, the review milestones, as well as existing statuses. I'll double-click on the evaluation, and now I can see a list of questions. Initially, I'll validate the organization, the project, the type, as well as the milestone and the current date, and I can put in any associated contract number and any scope of work that's associated with this evaluation, as well as any comments. But the primary goal of the screen is to fill out this evaluation. In this case, we'll put in numbers between 1 and 10. Start with a submittal compliance and enter in the numbers. It should be noted that these questions can be defined by your administrator, and you can actually create multiple questionnaires with different questions. If one of the questions is not appropriate, I can use the checkbox down here, put a check, and then it will skip this question during the scoring system. After I'm done, I can hit Submit. And now the evaluation has been entered into the system. I'll now exit PDM and re-log in one more time, this time back in as Gary Campbell. Select Contacts. We'll find Stan by selecting the S tab. But this time, we'll right mouse click and do Review Project Evaluations. Here I can see a summary or an average of all the evaluations that have been done for Stan. In this case, we only have one evaluation, and you can see the scores with the basic key down here indicating problems of trouble. If we have multiple evaluations, I can also select the Details tab and see a row for each of the evaluations for each project and who exactly it was done by. In this way, I have a very simple and easy to use system to collect evaluation information to help qualify and help decide who I want to work with and who do I want to send bids to in the future. Thank you, and this concludes our demonstration on the evaluation process.